My name is Ben Arnold. I'm an industry analyst with the NPD group. I'm also the Wearable technology analyst, and I've been covering that space probably since 2010, when it was just limited to a couple of products, and have just seen the category explode as mobile has increased in adoption, and we've just seen wearable technology, I think, as a sprout off kind of grow as well, and just really interested to see where the market goes.
So wearable tech is sort of a blanket term to describe a wide range of hardware, software, applications, other technologies. How do you define what wearable tech is now, and how do you think that category is going to change in the next 5-7 years? I'll start with you, Ben, since you are the sector expert.
Well, I think that the term wearable technology is extremely subjective, and the way that I like to think about it is in terms of sensors, right? That's the sort of common link between all of these products. So sensors that take data on your body, it sends it somewhere where you can analyze it. When you think about the market that way, it's fitness devices, it's products like glass, it's even the sleep number bed with sensors in it that can tell you how you're sleeping. And so what we'll probably see is sensors pop up in all of these previously everyday products that give us information on ourselves. And you kind of approach the market that way, and you get a feeling for how big the category can grow. And so, when I think about that, it really puts into perspective the information that you get, making it actionable and really, making it relevant to the user. And I think that that's the next piece of the market that needs to come together. So I really love a lot of the fitness devices. I love the Hexoskin. I'd like to try that out sometime as well. One thing that I've tried that I really love is glass. And certain apps on Google Glass, like the Word Lens, which will do on the spot translations, I think is amazing, and some of their fitness apps as well, as they opened up the developer kit. So I think that glass is a really, really interesting product. It's taken a lot of PR hits, I think, lately, and so it kind of has a weird connotation now, but heads-up displays and glass in particular are products that I'm really interested in. I mean, I think that certainly Google and Apple will help provide some of those tools, and it kind of depends on, are they going to, or to the extent to which they're going to accept, outside hardware into those platforms. That may be a stumbling block. That, it may cause one of those platforms to emerge over another. But I think to your earlier point about what's kind of holding the category back, I mean, certainly we talked about design. We know that design is hugely important, and I think that is actually an opportunity for technology companies and fashion companies to work together, right? To sort of, take on each other's identity a little bit, for fashion companies to think like technology companies and understand the pace of innovation, and vice versa.
When we think about wearable tech being a multi-billion-dollar industry in the next few years, is it going to be the big tech players like Google and Apple that are going to own the lion's share of the market? Is it going to be these new startups, or are fashion companies going to be able to enter on their own right and create and launch their own products?
Well, I think Apple and Google have a pretty good start on all of this, and the fact that probably most of us in this room own one of their products and carry it with us all the time means that there's a repository for all that data to go into. So I think that they've got to be involved in some way, just because they've got the installed base. But I love the fact that Luxottica is partnering with Glass to design the devices, and I think that we'll absolutely see much more of that. But in terms of sort of who owns the space, who owns the data, I mean, right now it's hard to bet against Apple and Google sort of being the face of the interaction with the consumer. But that said, I absolutely think that fashion companies have a big piece of this. Certainly there's a lot of activity in the startup community looking at the space, so they're very important as well.
And for you guys personally, I mean, we've seen so many online native brands like Warby Parker and Everlane and Bobble Bar launch pop-up shops to really get their products in people's hands. Is that something you guys are considering or think would be a good method to get these products in people's hands?
Yes.
Yes. And Ben, I'm curious, what are you seeing on the retail front?
Well, I think it kind of goes back to this idea of the fashion and tech worlds kind of colliding. And when you talk about a retail store, making sure that the sales associate is well enough versed in either side to talk to consumers. And I think it also goes to, this isn't like really cutting edge technology, but it's advanced technology. So talking to consumers that may not necessarily be tech savvy about how these products work and what to expect from them. I think that is a big challenge at retail. But on our side, especially for the fitness products, we're starting to see like a wide array of retailers start to sell them. Kohl's sells Fitbit now. And I think we'll see many more examples of that. So it's certainly becoming more mainstream, more widespread. But to the earlier point about pop-up shops or retailers that are specifically focused on wearable technology, that may be what it takes, right? Because these are hard backgrounds to bring into retail when we're talking about such different worlds. I think the technology parts are pretty low cost, right? What makes it a premium is the Louis Vuitton label on it, So certainly we'll definitely see that kind of gray market or black market for those products emerge, like it happens in every product category. But what makes it premium is this idea of authenticity. But the technology part, pennies.
Well, that's all the time we have for. So thank you so much to the panelists, and thank you for watching.